This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
It is Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie for your Monday. Hey, how good are trolls on social media? People who put up fake accounts, anonymous names, and they just troll people and get stuck into them the whole time.
What a great breed of people.
I know, just on their computers at 2 a.m. with a packet of twisties in their hand, just going, I'd love to have a girlfriend.
Oh, I hate my life. I hate everyone. I'm going to take my hate out on someone who doesn't deserve it.
There is an art to it. Can I?
What Simpsons character are you?
I don't even know.
Oh, you sound a bit like Mo.
But I like it.
There's a lady by the name of Tizzy. Now, Tizzy has been getting absolutely trolled by a guy called Beef Bailey, Kate. He has got a photo of himself up, but he's changed his name, and he's basically said to her, I'll get stuck into you. I'm misogynistic, and I hate women, and I will get stuck into you regularly, and you will never find out who I am. Tizzy's done some research.
Interesting.
This is really well done, Kate. You're going to find out in the podcast how she did it.
Did she roast that beef?
We were doing so well.
I'll get my coat. See you guys, have a good
this
one.
troll over here.
I'm out of here.
You'll find out how she did it. And I reckon there could be a television series in this.
Wow, that's a big call.
Stick around, Kate. Don't get out of your car.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Now, up until yesterday or over the weekend, I'd never heard of the name Tim Shattuck or his dog Bella.
Yep.
But have you seen this story? I mean, I will let the journo explain. It is an incredible story of survival and being rescued. If you do have a great story of your own survival, 13 24 10, he's on the front of the Daily Telly today. You can see him. He looks a bit like a ragged Santa.
Like Tom Ivy.
He looks like
Dishevelled, yeah.
He looks like a ragged Santa Claus. But just have a listen about what he's been through over the last couple of months.
Timothy departed La Paz in Mexico 3 months ago, bound for French Polynesia. 1 month in, bad weather struck down his catamaran, wiping out all electronics on board. For 2 months, Tim and his dog Bella survived on rainwater and raw fish. Until 2 days ago, by chance, a tuna trawler's helicopter spotted Tim's catamaran from the air and sent the ship to his rescue.
This is
2 months?
Amazing. Three months ago he set out,
Yeah,
and then
1 month in.
everything went well for a little while.
Yep.
And then he's just been floating willy-nilly out there, I guess, like they said, collecting rainwater, fishing, eating raw fish.
How? Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I mean, I assume he's either got some sort of bait or he's caught one fish, luckily with a rod, cut that up to catch more fish, and he's just slicing it up.
Well, the other thing as well, you need to ration, right? So let's say
time.
you catch a fish, then and then it rains, right? So you got a little bit of water and you got some food. How much do you eat of that, and how much do you ration it? Knowing I don't know if I'm going to get water again.
Yeah.
When is it going to rain next?
And
You
when
don't
am
know
I going to be able to catch a fish? Is there another one coming tomorrow?
And am I going to feed the dog?
Not well. I know.
Do I feed the dog or do I eat the dog?
Do you know? Is it really sad to say that the first thing that I immediately think about is the dog? I go,
The dog.
stuffed him. How's the
How's
dog
Bella?
going?
How's the puppy dog?
But see, he also sun exposure. So he had a hat and he had long sleeves, but that's still apparently if you perspire in the sun, even if you're covered, that's what kills you. That's when you need water.
Why is
so
that?
You can't perspire because you're losing liquid
So
out
much
of your
fluid,
body.
yeah.
So much fluid out of your body. So he was under a canopy for 60 days. How boring would that be for 60 days?
Imagine being in your head for 60 days.
Because the other thing too, if you don't get enough rainwater, well then what are you going to do? And people end up drinking their own urine, which dehydrates them, and then your lips crack, and then you get an infection in your lip, and then you're dead.
I don't think you'd die from
exactly
that.
what
But
I
imagine
think so,
imagine
Bear
having
Grylls.
cracked lips. How awful.
Oh, and you got no chapstick.
Well,
Fitz, you know the chapstick.
How
No.
would you survive out there?
No,
You'd be
I
cooked.
would have my aloe vera chapstick.
You would,
at
would
sun.
you?
I'd have at least half a bar, and I would ration
What?
that.
Half a bar.
Go on, mate. I mean, you lost it.
Oh,
Save
this
it.
show has gone to the dogs today.
And Bella, I'd be helping out Bella as well.
Could you
with
eat
the
your
lipstick.
dog?
If you had to. Hardest part would be killing it.
Well, when the vision, if you see him, did you see him with his top off, Tim Shattuck?
No.
So 2 months, he actually is
Shredded,
still
has
in
he?
good neck. He
Maybe
is.
he's been doing a bit of exercise to try and stay fit.
So no fat on him.
Yep.
But his pecs, he looked like he was in really good nick. Huge beard, but the dog was very malnourished. I mean, I don't think you're going to be getting much meat out of the dog. You couldn't kill your dog. You couldn't.
No, you couldn't. I love that he said his mum's come out and said too, well, the first thing we'll do is get him to a hairdresser. Don't worry about his hair at the moment, Mum.
Oh, but that's
Let's
such
get
a
him to hospital.
but that's a lovely mum thing to say, and it does put a light-hearted spin on something that would be very serious. She's been at home worrying for the last 8 weeks.
Fresh pair of undies.
Just Cuts would do that as well, and probably Brutchi's hair even more. But
This guy will get on the talking circuit, won't he? Oh, we got the
Yeah.
Lost at Sea guy. You get him in. You got Ned Brockman. He's on the circuit doing his talk about his
you know-
marathons. You got this guy Lost at Sea. How did you survive? Caught a fish and ate it.
There's-
Any other questions? Well, you probably read about it.
there's an element of this, though, as well, that Kate, I knew, we were watching The Vision this morning, that he got interviewed afterwards. Didn't complain about anything. He was like, I've survived. This is just a moment in my life. And I feel like a guy that sets off on a yacht
Yeah.
with just his dog.
Yeah.
There's an element of all of us that would love to do that.
Absolutely.
Leave our family and just...
No.
leave all the stress that you have in your life, your family, and just jump on a yacht and get away from the dog kids.
Do you know,
I need a captain.
interesting too, it feels like a stitch-up. He's spent 2 months at sea eating raw fish. He gets picked up by a tuna trawler and gets on board, just wants a meal.
He wants
Here
a
we go,
sausage.
we've got some more tuna for you.
Well, this
Not
is-
another
Can
bloody
I
bit of fish, please.
have a lamb cutlet, please?
This is John West has to jump on this, don't they?
Yeah.
Timmy
Sponsorship.
Shattuck has to
Oh,
be
you
on the
mean
front of
there'll be-
every
Yep.
tin.
Yeah.
The fish
know
that
what?
Tim rejects
No, is
is
the one that we get.
the one that the reason he died. Carly and Penrith, we want to know great rescue stories. Have you had a rescue, Carls?
Yes, I have.
What is it? What happened?
It was 1987, January. I was 13 years old, swimming at Maroubra Beach, and I didn't realise that I was in a rip. Next thing I know, there was a lifeguard next to me saying, "Jump on the board."
How far out
Highly
you reckon you were,
embarrassed.
Carly?
Sorry,
How far out do you reckon you were?
not too far. Maybe 50 metres from the shore.
Great rescue
And
story.
was your dog with you at the time, Carly?
No, my dog
damn.
wasn't.
You
I
didn't-
do have a dog called Bella.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, that's good. You're
That's
very
all I
similar
needed.
to Tim
Look, I
then.
don't think they'll make a movie about you, Carls, and I'm not sure the John West campaign will come through, but I mean, 50 metres offshore is a good story.
How long was your beard when they rescued you, Carly? Whatif.com helps Aussies make the most out of every trip.
Book a hotel, flight, late checkout, and spa all before you can say brekkie buffet.
Jump on the What If app and get started.
What if it's Aussie for travel? I want to talk about the life of a troll, the sad life of a troll. You know what? I liken it to the kid that was on the bus. Whenever you would get off the bus, and he would have a go at you as the bus was driving away.
Yeah, weak.
So you could never get to them again?
And then you're very quickly, trying to get your bum onto the window and...
The anonymous troll as well. People who start up social media accounts, they have a fake name, they never put up a photo, and they just constantly have a go at people.
That's my problem with Twitter, which I see as one of the great sewer ways.
Well, but see,
for bullies.
I actually embrace it. It's quite funny, and I'll put it out there. I'll go when I'll say a controversial, because I'm known as the lefty on Twitter.
Right.
When I do a controversial, when I'm supporting the yes vote and the referendum coming up, I'll always back it up with something like, "Okay, sit back, everyone, and just enjoy all the fake accounts that will be against what I'm about
Yeah.
to say," and then you go down, and there's not one person who put a photo up of themselves
So how can you
or
tell
their name.
How can you tell if they're fake?
Oh, because they have names like Aussie's the best country in the world.
Right, so they're not. Are they anonymous or fake?
No, they're anonymous and fake.
Right.
Yes, they're just they don't want to. And I always say because they don't want to lose their jobs with what they're saying.
Gotcha.
Okay, so there's a girl called Tizzy, right? Now, she's quite popular on social media. She's been bombarded by an anonymous troll by the name of Beef Bailey. Remember that name?
Beef Bailey.
Right? He constantly leaves misogynistic messages on her page.
Okay.
Then he goes to her friend's page And all her friends, and he'll leave misogynistic messages on their pages as well. The guy is the lowest of the low, right? And he's basically said, you'll never find out. And there's a photo of him, but it's not his name. And he said, you'll never find out who I am.
Good.
But I'll keep trolling you. And she said, all right. Challenge accepted. You could turn this into a television show. Have a listen to what Tizzy does here.
I saw this license plate on a video you posted and found the dealership in Bloomington, Illinois. And then on this video, I noticed that you passed a sign that said Richie was nearby and commented that this town was on your delivery route. So let's see. Okay, yeah, that checks out. And then on this video, someone comments about your username being Beef, and you disclose that it's a play on your full government name. You go on to say that nobody will find out what it is. Challenge accepted. So I went to the very bottom of your follower list, because that's typically people you know in real life, found somebody, looked her up on Facebook, saw that she's got the same profile photo, and she's also in Bloomington, Illinois. And to save myself some time, because you sound desperate, I found a picture of her in a bikini from 2019, checked the likes, and guess whose name popped up? Keith Daly. Beef Bailey. Keith Daly. Same moles, same car, same petulant obsession with arcade games, so much so that you bullied a local arcade for closing down, and the same handle for your Facebook is found on your old Twitter, where you document your long-standing hatred of women. You can see current evidence of this in comment replies to him on TikTok. Keith, let me give you some advice, buddy. You appear to have just had a beautiful baby girl. How that happened, I have no idea. But unless you want her to grow up and know exactly the type of daddy she's got, I suggest you stop harassing me, because I'm petty enough to wait until she turns 18 and tell her myself. Stop bothering me and go take care of your newborn, you weirdo.
Oh, Tizzy bang. So Keith Daly has been exposed. Keith Daly, the actual guy who is the troll, has shut down every social media account.
See you, Beefy.
See you, Beef.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Tell you who's getting crunch, guys. And that's bloody you. That's bloody me. That's bloody everybody, if you know what I mean.
What, crunchies?
Huh?
You've been eating crunchies?
I haven't been eating anything.
A quick question for you.
Yeah, here we go.
Crunchy or violet crumble?
I'm going to have to go violet crumble.
Yeah, me too.
And then also, do you suck or do you
Sorry,
bite?
mate.
I do a bit of everything. I bite the edge off.
Suck honeycomb? Are you serious?
Oh, the honeycomb. I thought you meant the chocolate off the honeycomb.
Oh, you don't eat it in
do
two
both.
stages. I hate it when people do stuff
But
like
I like
that.
breaking through it. That's what I'm really into. Fire off some money, Lino. That's what I want to talk about. 13 24 10. I want to know what you've committed to cut back on in your relationship or at home with the family to save a bit of money. Because everybody is trying to save $1 because we're getting smashed at the moment. We are getting whacked.
Yeah, the cost of living. It's actually... do you know what I can't understand? All these people that are over in Europe at the moment, and I go, oh my gosh, been speaking to some mates at restaurants and what they're paying over there.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. Like, it's just... Hospitality's gone through the roof, and we know that will come down at some stage. But it's like, how long can this go on for?
I spent $75 on an entree-sized sausage.
What?
Yeah.
Over there?
Yeah. Obviously wandered into the wrong restaurant.
Well, all the right restaurant. Was it delicious?
You know what I mean? If I was keeping it quiet, it'd be perfect.
Jesus, Bunnings must be really expensive over there.
Yeah. I mean, I sat down with Lisa on the weekend. I said, we need to tighten at 100 miles an hour. Spending is out of control.
You had that conversation last week too, though. So when does it start?
Well, good question. Tomorrow.
Okay.
And we're just going through it at the moment. And first thing I said, right, I'll give up the gym. Because I was about to go and get sort of an expensive membership at a gym or like a yearly pass or spend a fortune.
And you love it. You
Royal
live in a
Sydney.
lovely part of the world. You
Gave
can
up
go
your
for a
Royal
walk.
Sydney membership.
Yeah.
Start pounding the pavement.
Well, that's the thing. I'll just foot falcon it all around the streets. Don't worry about me. I don't need that fancy equipment.
Or you sold your cars as well, which was good.
Sold the cars.
And didn't buy any more, which was a great idea.
No, didn't do any of that. So first thing, I jumped in and I said, right, well, I'll take the first hit. I'll cancel the gym membership I was going to get.
Yep.
So I said, I think you should also give up your Pilates lessons. What do you call them? Classes. So you give up Pilates.
What do you call them?
Just stretch at home. Stretch at home.
No,
Pilates,
you need a reformer, don't you?
Do you know what? Talking to men about Pilates is one of the most annoying things
All
in
you
the
are
whole
doing-
world.
All
Okay,
you're
I've-
doing
I'm
is
going to get
stretching.
really angry about it.
It was the greatest purchase we ever made during the pandemic, so do not talk to me about me and my reformer.
Pilates.
I've got a reformer at home.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, why
And
don't you
I
go and
love my-
reform round at his place?
Oh.
Because I think get a mat, stretch it out. Do you know the other thing is too, if she doesn't turn up, right, she's running late, oh my God, she gets charged $20 for missing the class.
Well, lucky
So that-
it's not 100%.
That's on top of the cost of the fee of the class, right?
Oh.
So 70 for the class, 20 if you miss it, $90 for not turning up.
That's madness.
That is crazy.
So, okay, Pilates
so
lessons,
Pilates,
go.
and stretch on your mat.
Okay. Are they,
Bulk buy, Costco, Amazon,
What about the small little people running the corner shop? They need support
Yeah.
too.
Of course they do. Occasionally, look at that as emergency supplies. If you want to go and spend $4, $5 on an avocado, only do that if we're really caught out. Really caught out in an emergency.
Emergency, an avocado emergency.
I don't think I could see the Whitfleys at Costco.
So she then said, well, you don't need your alcohol, you don't need whiskey, wine, all of that sort of stuff. And I said, okay, well, not everything's off the table.
Okay, you woo up, Lisa.
Now you're being silly. You've put your head out there, and I'll chop it off if you're not careful.
Oh, that's violent.
That's really violent. I didn't mean to say that.
What about your gambling account?
I don't have one. So
Do
the
you
other...
have a betting account?
What are you talking about? So the other thing is, here's a great example of let's celebrate bulk buy without complaining. I was at Bunnings the other day and I found the 10 kilo of washing powder.
Yep.
Right? Awesome. Huge buy, great saving. And then I put it under
But
the
you
sink.
don't wash?
No, I don't. Lisa does. So here's the thing. Now there's
Do you not
complaints
wash?
about how heavy the 10 kilo box is to lift up to the bench to then put it into...
Leave it on the bench.
Leave it on the bench.
Don't leave it on the bench. It's too big. Takes up too much room. Laundry's not big.
Isn't it?
Oh my
Get
God.
in your laundry.
Friday night Japanese. $120.
Easy with 5 people.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's $4.80 a month.
That's just a bit of raw fish.
You know what I mean? Burn the Japanese. The kids need new runners. Have a look.
Haven't you
Have a
got
look.
your dinghy? Go find your own fish.
Well, we can. That's what I've said to her. Tight
and
lines. I'll bring it home.
Everyone can cook rice.
Well said, mate. You can buy that 2-minute rice in the bag.
Oh, that's
Kids need
awful.
new runners for school. Gumtree. Have a look. Second-hand. They're out there.
You are never... Okay, I have to woo you up. No, mate.
These are all good tips.
I was happy to play along until the Gumtree call.
been to Gumtree.
The kids!
If you're making meat patties, buy mince, add the onion, make them yourself.
Here he is, the everyday Whitfleet.
You know what I mean? Don't drive to the shop if you have to. Get on your bike. It's 200 metres away. Don't waste the fuel and ruin the environment. Save. Tighten.
Get rid of your velvet oxblood bros.
Kylie and Ride. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Kylie,
Hi,
you've had this
Kylie.
same conversation, have you? What have you decided to give up?
I've given up quite a lot, actually. So for a start, obviously, I haven't been to have any pedicure and manicure done. I'm doing well considering it's July, so I haven't been at all for the whole year, firstly.
Perfect. Do it
And
yourself.
for,
Yep.
I know, and for any males in the household, I'm doing the haircut, and that's including the Alcavoodle, the dog. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job. And lastly, obviously, my kids given up the art class as well because they cost a fortune.
Cost of art class. Yeah, you always try and
It's a
find the money.
shame, isn't it?
Dog grooming is about $80 to $100 now.
Yes, do it at home.
Just to get your dog's hair cut.
Yeah, it can be.
my
It can
God.
be more.
So we just let the kids do it.
Yeah, but-
Here's a razor, go hell for leather.
You know what?
It's quite fun.
With Kylie saving money, wouldn't it be great if we all got together and we created a platform where we offer the skills like Kylie does haircuts? So instead of $80 for a haircut, I can go to Kylie knowing that she does it, also wants the money, and for $20 she can cut my hair. This is the community
Yeah,
that
that
we
just-
need to find.
Maybe it just sounds like you just go to Google and find a salon that's a bit cheap.
No, that's
you know
not
what
the answer.
you know what we should do
Yeah.
though. Kylie needs to be trialled. So maybe this week sometime we should send you out, and Kylie could give you a haircut.
Or
Yeah.
Tom, we've got so
looks
many
like-
options.
Whip's had his hair cut by Kylie this
Hey,
week.
hey, Laura, hello.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Yeah, good, Laura. What have you given up to save money?
So me and my partner do long distance. So I live in Sydney and he lives in rural South Australia, and we've actually given up going to see each other as often just because of the cost of living.
You have to.
And I bet you're getting on much better as well.
Laura, how much was it costing you? Like, what's the trip? So you fly into Adelaide and then you...
So fly into Adelaide, then you fly into Olympic Dam, and then you fly a private charter.
Oh, God,
to-
wait so much. What's the drive from here, Laura, if you had to drive it?
I think it's about 22 hours.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
How did you meet this bloke, Laura?
In the
Oh,
mine.
he's from Sydney, but he decided that he wanted to become a pilot and decided to
Do you
go
know
work rural.
the other
Oh,
cheaper
wow.
option, Laura, to save a bit more money too, is to dump him.
Oh, whoa.
If you'd consider
It's
that.
love, mate. He is a pilot, though. I would say, Laura, that he could just take a plane here and there and come and see you when he wants.
No, I wish. He's got a,
Do you love him,
Do
Laura?
his hours.
6 years together.
If he was
Laura.
listening right now, what would you want to say to him, Laura?
He's not.
Pardon, sorry?
If he was listening right now, what would you want to say to him?
Good morning, and I'd like to see you soon.
How long has it been, Laura, just quickly?
3 months. Now.
3 months.
He hasn't seen
3
him.
months.
But he's earning good coin. He's a pilot and he's working hard.
Oh.
So he comes home.
But look at the cost of love, mate.
Yeah.
The greater issue that we have here. Laura is getting round with half a heart.
Oh, love. You know,
She's
don't
broken.
don't
Well,
put all
Laura-
your eggs in the one basket,
Laura, if I was you, you come into the office today and you can both get on Gumtree with Whipper and look for some shoes for the kids.
Seriously, mate.
Best place to find them.
Thought I'd heard everything
Best
coming out of
place to
that
find
mouth.
them.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Let me sing that song,
Louder! Here we go, guys. Song returns for you Monday. As the rain comes down on a pretty grey day, we're going to lift your
Milli
spirits,
Vanilli,
guys.
I don't like the rain. Is that
Against
was
my
rain the
window. Was that theirs?
No, what was that? Yeah,
Milli
I don't
Vanilli.
like the
Was that
rain.
And
Rain would be a good song.
Yeah,
To-
so
to-
would Under My Umbrella.
Well, that's not. There's no rain in there.
No, but we're just talking about weather-related songs.
It's an umbrella.
Umbrella. I don't know. Ask Rihanna. It's an umbrella, mate. All right, here we go, guys. Can't go out on round one. Ms. Ritchie, are you ready to play?
I am always ready to play.
You won it last week. Good luck today. The word is can.
Can you feel the love tonight?
Wow, it's a three-way there.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
I can see clearly now. The rain is gone.
Oh, he's done a can and a rain. Oh, my God,
That's big.
MDG.
That's an auto win.
You are on.
Thanks, mate.
Kate Ritchie. You would be
I haven't
gone.
got
Can
one.
you come up with an answer? Can
no.
you come up with an answer?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's not a song. Doesn't matter, Kate. You through to the next
Oh,
round.
great.
Congratulations.
Thank
That was your
goodness.
warm-up. Now we play for stake. Here we go, guys. The word is, Kate, I mentioned you for a reason.
Oh.
The word is away.
Home and away. You know,
I'm going to accept that.
sing the
That's a theme song.
home and away.
I'm walking away from the troubles in my life.
I fly away by tones.
Sing it to me, mate.
I fly away. I'm
Yeah,
not going
fly
to sing
away,
the
we play.
tones.
Sing it to me.
Come on, we don't know it. Come on,
Runaway
MDG.
by The Cause.
Yes, the cause. Yes, well
That's
done.
not, but that's at the
Run
end.
away.
That's one word. Run away. It's not run. You run
Oh,
away.
that-
It's you are a
You've got me.
runaway.
That
Is
is a
runaway
fair
one word?
Yes.
Man, you learned something on
Oh,
this
or
show.
did I make it up?
No, it is one word, but we'll
Oh
give
no,
it to
she
Tom.
does say run away with you.
Everybody's through. Congratulations, guys. We move on to the official round two. Leno, a bit of celebration. Let's keep the music going. Thank you. Here we go. The word is hand.
Hand in my pocket.
Bang.
Keep my hands to myself, Selena Gomez.
You in your hand, pink.
Just you and your hand tonight.
I want to hold your hand, The Beatles.
Oh, Matt de Groot, what a beautiful reference.
Can you sing it?
I
And
want to
did you-
hold your hand.
Yeah, well, stop.
I want to hold your... Oh, surely we have clips of these. Don't we have them
Yeah,
preloaded?
but the way
So
you-
a little bit more dramatic.
The way you thrust when you
There we
sing them, MDG.
You were thrusting when Fitzy was singing you in your hand.
I didn't know. Here it is. I mean, we could go through it all, but
It's not my favourite.
nah. Neither. Here we go, guys. The word is wank.
What?
Wank.
Whoa!
Sorry. Sorry. The word is wank.
Wank me up before you go.
Wake me up,
Wake.
Avicii.
Wake. Kate, do you have anything for wake?
Morning glory.
I'm confused.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry. I apologise.
Yeah, I don't think that's. No,
we're going to have to fall.
I'm the winner.
No.
8.
No, we move on
There
from
are
that round.
kids in the car.
Kate, it was an accident. We went from pink to you in your hand tonight.
All right, let's
to
keep
wake.
moving. What's your next one?
Sorry. Okay, ignore that round.
Another entry into the recap.
Ignore that. The word is
What?
worry.
Worry.
Don't
worry,
be
be
happy.
I'm going to say that was MDG.
Don't You Worry Child, Swedish House Mafia.
Well done.
Oh, Tommy.
Right, any other?
Don't you worry about a thing,
Good
because
start.
every little thing is gonna be alright.
What did you have, Kate?
I had that one. I
Richie,
worry.
we say goodbye, don't we? Did we say goodbye? I mean, we tried to lift you up. We held you for a little bit.
No, you really
And
did. In fact,
then
you even showed me the page.
We did the trust fall and we removed ourselves. You hit pretty hard. Here we go.
The word is dollar.
Dollar, dollar. Need a dollar.
MDG. Dollar bills. Dollar bills, yo. Wu-Tang Clan. Cream. Dollar bills, yo.
I heard you the first time. Thomas Brian Ivey, you with us? Or are we saying farewell?
I think you're farewelling me.
Out of disinterest?
Farewell, Tom.
Or
No.
lack of answer?
Thank you, Tim. We are left with two bald men.
It's Tom.
And no one cares. The word is breakfast.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Bang.
Who sang that?
What about? Who did sing that?
Doesn't matter.
Ryan, are you with us? Are we saying farewell? MDG, you've been on fire since the word go. He's not here to muck around. Matty, there it is. Who is it, Leno? Who sings it?
Deep Blue Something.
Oh, my favourite. Well done, Matty.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Well, you've really sprung this on me this morning, Mr. Tom Ivey.
Sorry,
Because
Kate,
I think last week I was talking about this thing, right?
Shooting hoops, have you, mate?
Thank you so much, MDG, for stepping into your booth because I might need a little bit of a hand. But you know what? Sometimes I realise I don't know everything about everything.
No.
And I'm always learning, and I think that's the beauty of life. I turn 45 next month, and there is still so much for me to learn.
Student of life.
said. Well done.
Is it Tar or is it Avatar?
Exactly.
We'll never know.
I mean, my movie knowledge can be improved, as can my sport knowledge.
Okay.
Now, look, plenty of people listening right now will know exactly what I'm talking about and be cringing with the way I'm explaining it. But for the people who don't know, someone in my lounge room last week,
The dog walker.
I think he had walked the dog.
Right, okay, good.
He started just randomly talking to me from the sofa, and he was on his phone, about something that he thought I knew everything about. And it's called something. I'm getting excited because I
Okay.
never knew about it. Something called NBA 2K. Have you heard of this?
This is a video game, is that correct?
Well, apparently it's a video game. Okay, let me tell you what I remember about it, because it's been sprung on me again, and this was a week ago, this conversation. And surprisingly, I haven't been chatting about it all week with my girlfriends.
No.
It's this thing, for the people who don't know, in basketball in America, where at the end of the season, because it has just finished, and I also know that James Harden has left his team.
You know one name.
Okay.
All right, keep going. Here we go.
He's number one. Anyway, right? And I know what he looks like and everything. Anyway, so at the end of the season,
All right.
people get like a score out of 100. And when I say people, I mean the players,
Yeah, sure.
the basketballers.
What a rating of how well they did.
Yeah, but apparently, this is what I could not get my head around when this person was explaining. The dog walker was explaining it to me from the couch. Is it's given to them by some silly video game, and then that rating follows them around for the next 12 months
In the video game.
In the video game. So there's this. The conversation sprang.
get
Why
it
are you
either.
laughing, MDG? How about this?
I don't get it.
What about? This is what it's like. If at the end of our season.
Yep.
you know, Pete Charlton or whoever's in charge here, or not even Pete Charlton, someone from Radio Today or like from the outside world who's not really part of us, says, okay, I'm going to give Fitz. He played at around a 74 this year, right? Kate Ritchie, 98.
Yeah, of course. And then the Whip Dog.
And then Whip Dog came in at a 43, and you were furious.
Another bad year.
Same as HSC. What?
And unfortunately, for the entire next 12 months, you've got this number by the side of your name, and it's not really a true reflection of how you played, and it can affect your value. MDG, am I on the right track here?
I think you're overthinking it a little bit. So it's a video game, and as with all video games, they need to give players an ability level, so it reflects basically the real life, right? And the better you perform in real life, then the higher your score in the game. And as part of all video games, you want to have the best players, you want to make the best teams. Yeah. And so a group of people at the end of the year will look at this show and go, well, Fitz was a 98 and Kate was a 97 and Whip was a 64 and Tom was a 28. And that's fine because that's just how you perform. No. It doesn't mean that you're a good or a bad person. And then next year they'll reevaluate when they release the next version of the game.
This has actually happened to me in real life. So in 2001, the AFL brought out a video game. And I was in it.
Right.
And there was
I remember
each
the game.
player gets 5 attributes.
And do you get paid for this?
Speed, kicking, all this kind of stuff.
Out of bounds, on the fall.
You stay out of the sports chat.
I love this game.
I still constantly get messages on Twitter from people who still have the game.
To play it.
Because my attributes were so bad.
What could you do? What did they say you could do?
Out of 100, for tackling, I was 10 out of 100. And no one would ever pick me. I was the last person getting picked on every side.
But don't you think, even as a grown man, knowing what your ability of football, your footballing career was, which I don't really know much about, but you bang on about having played football, but is it kind of offensive?
No, it's the fact that you took it the wrong way round. You've gone from game to real life, where it's real life to game.
No, but MDG, back me up here.
Because
why we're having this conversation is one of the players who's one of the best players in the game, was rated an 84 or something. I wish I could Google it. I wouldn't know where to start. And he's saying, well, hang on a second. I'm not an 84. And what you're going to do is make me look unpopular when I'm not.
Well, can you hold on to this? Because that's sport. Why don't we do it with television? Because you got 3 mates coming in next.
Oh don't ask me.
You have to give them a rate.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie.
Hey, that's the secret. Podcast password.
If you want to get your hands on stacks of great prizes, just head over to our Instagram stories at Fitzy Whipper Kate and enter this password. Today's password is
home and away.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
What have we got? Only about 30 or 40 summers left in our life.
Well, you keep saying that. I don't want to hear that again.
It's kind of depressing when you say that.
Isn't it?
Don't say it.
Unless you're going to grab the next summer with both hands and just give it a big kiss.
Human growth hormone, you'd last a few. You'd probably got 45 summers,
I've got about 230.
How is that going?
Really good. Have a look at me.
Yeah, he's falling out.
What?
Let's do it.
Now, this is big. In a massive radio exclusive, you can win Kate Ritchie's car. Jump in my car. It's Nova's Impreza for Kate Ritchie's Impreza.
I love this.
That don't impress me much.
I had a look at the rims.
No, you did.
Your reverse parking is pretty bad.
My reverse parking is amazing. It's not the reverse parking that is an issue.
Is it coming in front way into a park?
No, not into parking.
It's the touch parking.
It's just random. No, it's not touch parking. It's just random little, you know what? I'm just driving sometimes, and then before I know it, something's just jumped out there.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't realise
that little median strip or whatever, that was never there.
I didn't realise it was a four-wheel drive.
That's a hit and run, and unfortunately that was a child walking across the road. You kept going.
Going to need another wash up. There was a lot of rain, as we know, in Sydney yesterday, and finally got the dog out in the afternoon.
All right.
Tore myself away from Ted Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
And then had to wash the dog. So it's
my God.
full of hair at the moment, guys. I'm sorry.
No, it's an ad.
Okay. It's Nova's Impreza for Kate Ritchie's Impreza. We've got Andrew and Lugano on the line. Good morning, Drew.
Team, how are we?
Hello, Andrew.
Hello.
What road are you going to go down here to impress Kate Ritchie?
Oh, the ultimate dad joke, of course.
Okay. Are you a dad, Andrew?
Yes.
Okay.
Certainly
here we
at
go.
Kate's comedy level. All right, here we go.
Pardon?
Did you hear about Grandpa?
No. What happened?
He's finally become addicted to Viagra.
Oh.
Grandma's taken it pretty hard.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Okay. We thought
Andrew-
the joke had ended. He became addicted to...
Please don't
Viagra.
tell that to your children.
I mean, I quietly like
I
it.
go by Tom's reaction, and Tom's a sick man. So if he's even he's disgusted.
Yeah, in fact...
Queenie. And
You had a joke like that about someone taking it hard last week.
I beg your
didn't you?
pardon, mate?
Didn't you have one like that with the three people?
No, the other one was.
No, I said what's...
My grandpa, he's stuck in his throat, unfortunately. He had a stiff neck for ages.
Do you know
Oh
they used,
my gosh, I can't listen to
They
another.
used to give it to men
All
in
right,
nursing
mate.
homes, Tom.
All
It's
right,
true.
mate.
So they wouldn't roll out of bed.
Okay, mate.
Oh, that's the problem.
Emma
Emma's in
from
Randwick.
Randwick, can you please save me from these awful jokes this morning?
Hi guys, hopefully I can. I've got a story for you, Kate, that's a true story that happened to me.
Yeah.
I do want to preface first though, I need this car.
Okay, that's
Why?
good.
Why? What are you driving at the moment, Emma?
Oh my gosh, nothing. I've been riding my bike in Sydney for the past 6 years, and then for the past 1 year I've had to Uber to work because of where my work's located, and it's costing me like $300 a week. So hopefully my sob story gets me in a little bit more with a chance.
Okay,
but-
well, you're halfway there. Now I want to hear your story.
Okay, so I lived with these two gay guys, and we had a resident possum in our house. So this possum lived in the roof, and for 3 years we never ever saw him, but we named him Possy, and we just hear him most evenings. He'd be scurrying around in the roof. And so I'm in bed sleeping, and I wake up because I hear scratching.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, Possy's in the walls. Like, okay, I turn the light on because it's quite loud and it sounds like it's in my room. I don't see anything. Turn the light off. I hear it again and it's really loud. It's in my room. Turn the light on, look around. I'm calling out for Possy. Possy's not there. Turn it off. Turn the light back on again because I hear a loud thud. And when I look up, I start screaming. And there is a naked girl standing over my bed with her hair covering her face like a grudge. I've never seen this girl in my life. And I'm just screaming at her. And I'm like, what are you doing in my room? Who are you? And she's just groaning. And she's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, what are you doing here? She's like, oh, I'm drunk. I'm like, who are you? She's like, oh, I'm Daniel's friend. And so my housemate let this random girl in one night because she was out drinking. And she's gone crawling in the middle of the night to look for the bathroom, and she's ended up crawling into my room and standing over me and woken me up. So still never saw Possy, but that's my story.
Saw something else. That is...
I mean, this.
Well,
I mean, that would have freaked you out.
It's a great story, but I wanted you to tell me she'd been living in the cavity in the Oh, Leno's gone the non-impressed. Let's see what Taylor in Maryland's has got. Come on, Taylor, bring it home.
Good morning, team. How are we?
Strong, Taylor.
That's really good, guys. So my special skill is I believe I was put on this earth to make everybody happy and positive. So I'm everybody's biggest hype girl. In any situation possible. You're doing the dishes, I'll hype you up. You're playing a soccer game, I'll hype you up.
Hype.
She's like you're like a personal cheerleader.
Absolutely. And Kate, I will follow you around for as long as necessary and be your biggest cheerleader for whatever you need, okay? I'll be there for you.
Taylor, oh my God.
That does impress me.
No, I did not say that impressed me, because if you know anything about me, I couldn't care less if I never saw anyone ever again.
Taylor.
She wants to be alone.
Well, I can hype you up for that. We don't need anybody else. We've got this,
Taylor,
Kate. We can do
Taylor,
it.
what would you say to the people of Sydney driving to their dead-end job this morning and they can't be bothered and it's wet and cold outside? What would you hype them up with?
Oh, absolutely. Today sucks. It is absolutely shitty outside, but you know what? You're going to go inside, you're going to work your ass off, and you're going to have the best weekend ever. Just get through today, guys. You can do it.
All right, follow Kate around.
It's not bad.
That's awesome. Kate would love that.
If Taylor's here tomorrow, I am going to...
Awesome, Tom.
Andrew, Emma, Taylor.
Get Taylor in, Tom.
Do you know what? You're still in with a chance. You got to get through to the next stage. Unfortunately, Kate, I don't think you've put anyone through this morning.
I don't think I have. Does that mean I have to pick 2 tomorrow?
If you wake up in the middle of the night and there's a girl standing on your bed making possum noises, well, then you'll know that Emma's got a real story.
Okay.
And it's Taylor.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.